Here's 5 signs that you're ready to quit MAGA forever. Perhaps you were one of them. You wore the hat. You went to the rallies. You truly believed you were on the right side of history. From 2016 on, you were all in. Not just a voter, but a true believer. You may have found yourself defending the movement to your friends, your family, and maybe most of all, to yourself. But is a slow, gnawing feeling starting to grow? A gap between what you've been told to believe and what you're seeing with your own 2 eyes? That journey out can be lonely and confusing. So here are 5 signs that might tell you your time in MAGA is over. See if any of them sound familiar. To begin with the first sign, the inconsistencies begin to appear. The first sign is when the official stories stop making sense. You were told constantly that the media was the enemy of the people and that everything they said was fake news. And maybe you bought it. You built a wall around your mind, only listening to pro-Trump voices and news. But then, little things started to poke holes into that wall. You might see a local news report on how a new policy is hitting your own community, friends and neighbors getting hurt, and it's the total opposite of the victory story that you're being told by the White House. The prices keep going up at the grocery store, and the school just canceled the aftercare program that you depend upon. The news is full of information that doesn't really explain anything happening. It just blames someone else. That might be the first time you really think, hey, wait a minute, this doesn't add up. When you have to actively ignore reality to keep your beliefs intact, that's the first crack in the foundation. The second sign is when you start making excuses for behavior that you'd never tolerate elsewhere. So yeah, what about this second sign? The excuses. Nothing is ever his fault. Maybe you remember getting into it with a family member over some of the rhetoric being used, things that just flew in the face of how you were raised. Right in the middle of defending it, you might have just stopped talking. A voice in your head asked, would you accept this behavior from your boss, your pastor, a friend? The honest answer is a hard no. You would never let anyone else in your life get away with that. Taking responsibility for your actions is a part of your moral code. So why are you making an exception here? That moment can feel like a splash of cold water to your face. You realize you're bending your own moral code to defend a political movement, and trying to live that way is just exhausting. Sign number 3, the community starts to feel like an echo chamber. It might be the silence of your own silence that you're not speaking up. The MAGA movement may have felt like a second family, this powerful community where you finally belonged, but that could be starting to change. Maybe you're in an online group for supporters, or someone posts a wild conspiracy theory. A simple, honest question pops into your head, but you don't ask it. You know what would happen. You'd be labeled a rhino, a traitor, or worse. You become literally afraid to voice a single doubt. That's when the home you thought you'd found starts to feel more like a cage, where total agreement is the price of admission. That's not a community, it's an echo chamber, and it punishes anyone who steps out of line. The fourth sign is when your personal identity feels erased. This mental exhaustion leads to the fourth sign, feeling like you're disappearing. It might happen slowly and then all at once. You realize your identity has become a MAGA supporter first, and everything else, a father, a neighbor, a person of faith, comes second. The movement demands loyalty. When a political identity asks you to betray a core part of who you are, it's not an affiliation anymore. It's like swallowing you whole. For many, the clash with their religious values becomes impossible to ignore, a feeling that people in evangelical and Catholic communities are now quietly struggling with as they reassess their place in the movement. And for sign number 5, it's the final straw that breaks your core values. For most people who leave, there's a final straw, a single event that makes it impossible to keep going. For some, it was the handling of the tariffs and the economic upheaval from reckless and illegal demands for payment, breaking congressional lawmaking. For others, it was the party calling the ICE raids and the Venezuelan bombings legitimate political actions. For a veteran who served to defend democracy, Watching these events isn't about politics. It's a violation of everything they believe as an American. It's a line they cannot cross. The rights of due process to be accused and presented evidence in a court of law isn't a partisan talking point. It's the bedrock of the entire country. At that moment, the political fight ended. It becomes about right and wrong. You might just quietly take off the hat for good. Because breaking up is never easy. Leaving a tribe or a second family is one of the hardest things a person can do. It's painful, and it often means facing the difficult truth that you were wrong about a lot of it. Staying true to your principles and values provides incredible energy for a transformation. This is an opportunity to discover who you truly are and how you can make your American dream come true. If these signs hit home for you, please know that you are not alone, and it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to choose your own values, your family, and your country over any political movement. Groups now exist to provide a space for people having the same doubts, and our book can guide you towards better days. If this resonates with you, please like and subscribe. More importantly, if you've been on a similar path, share your story in the comments. Let's build a new community right here based on the courage to find your way back to yourself.